Not sure if you realize this, but April is National Stress Awareness Month, and we're exploring the stress we feel when things are going well. Bestselling author Gassner Otting breaks it all down in her new book, Wonderhell. Good to have you back. You know how I love you.
Oh, thank you so
Limitless.
much.
Okay,
I love you too.
Okay. Well, I know when I just said that, the stress of success, people are like, oh, come on. People don't talk about that. What is Wonderhell?
So Wonderhell is that space between who we were yesterday and who we just realized we can become tomorrow. I spent 20 years in executive search, and I was always fascinated by why internal candidates always left if they didn't get the job. Until one day I realized that the very act of interviewing for that bigger job meant they had to wear the clothes of that role. They had to speak in the voice of that role, and once they did, they couldn't unsee themselves in this new way. So whether that vision of yourself is at work or at home, it is wonderful to feel the excitement of this promise of who we can be, but we also feel the burden of our potential, our newfound potential. It's wonderful, and it's hell. It's Wonderhell.
Yeah, new levels, new devils.
New levels, new devils.
Okay. All right, so I love your book. Your writing is always so brilliant. And the way that you kind of have it as an amusement park and the roller coaster of emotions that we go through. So we've recreated here with our great set school that we have. So I'm going to step into the first mirror, the first attraction.
The first attraction.
Okay, and it shrunk me. What am I saying here?
Yes, well, welcome to Imposter Town. Of course, you feel small. The looking glass theory tells us that we're not who we think we are, and we're not who others think we are. We're who we think others think we are.
So I better get that.
We're not who we think we are. We're not who others think we are. We're who we think others think we are. So when you see yourself in the mirror in this moment when you've done something you've never done before, of course you feel smaller, you worry you're not good enough, and that voice of imposter syndrome creeps into your head.
How do we get out of that?
Well, the first thing we have to do is change the interpretation of that voice. It's not the warning, oh gosh, I haven't done this before. It's a cheering, oh my gosh, I haven't done this before. And that turns our limitations into invitations.
Oh, I love that.
The second thing we need to do is use context and data. Make a list of everything you've done well, what you're proud of, and then read that every day, because emotions have a hard time arguing with facts.
With facts, they do. All right, so I'll let you, I did it. I'll let you step into the next mirror. And, oh my gosh, you're stretched.
I look like I could take over the world, right?
What is this about?
Okay. So here's what happens. We've gotten rid of that the internal voice in our head, but now we're in Doubtsville. Suddenly we have all of those fear and anxiety that comes from the external voices. But what I learned from people who thrived in Wonderhell is that they were able to create boundaries about who was allowed to give them advice. They turned up the volume on those who saw their promise and down on those who only saw their faults.
Do we ever get out of Wonderhell? Do we ever? Is it just a vicious cycle?
Here's the sneaky thing about Wonderhell. Every time you do something you haven't done before, you see a new version of yourself. So on the other side of this Wonderhell, it's just the next one and the next one and the next one after that. But if we're able to look into that mirror and control our emotions, the tsunami that comes at us, we're actually able to reduce the stress and really enjoy the ride.
Okay, give us a bottom line of what you want people to feel and do when they pick up your book.
I want people to understand that the only people who actually see Wonderhell are the ones who are worthy of that potential. If you didn't have more in you, you wouldn't see it. So if you're feeling that moment, it's an invitation to say you're actually on the right track. Congratulations. Welcome to Wonderhell.
I love how you phrase things. You just motivate me.
Thank you so much.
You really do. I really appreciate that. And Wonderhell, I can't believe I keep saying that word. Now, you know, I just keep thinking of my mama. You know, and you know my mama. You knew my mama.
I won't tell. We won't tell. We won't tell.
So Wonderheck.